Maintenance to a fire door and inspection, they're absolutely critical components to making sure that that fire door is going to perform throughout its life service and to perform when it needs to, i.e. in a fire. I can turn up on site with a brilliant fire door, one that's tested, certificated, etc., etc. And I can install that door in exactly the way that I should have installed it, depending on the site conditions. But if I miss those two critical components, inspection and maintenance, I'm missing a big part of the picture. So think about a fire door that might be in a school corridor, might be on the stairs. This door could get opened hundreds, if not thousands of times a day. So of course, at some point, it's going to suffer from wear and tear, and it's going to need to be maintained. But the point about it is that if I've got a good inspection regime going on, I'm going to be picking up these small issues before they turn into an issue that means they can't be repaired and the door needs to be replaced. So really important, if you've got a good inspection regime and a regular one going on, that you're going to be picking up these issues and dealing with them before they turn into a real expensive problem as well. The second part of that is when I get onto the maintenance. Now, I've talked before about compatible components. This is this system of components. So let's look at like a door that needs to have one of those components replaced at some time through its life. The person who's responsible for fire safety in that building needs to make sure that they're going to replace that component with exactly a compatible component. And how do they know that? Well, if they were to look at the top edge of one of my fire doors, they would see the inkjet printing, they would see the fire door label. This leads straight back, not just straight to us, the manufacturer, but it leads you straight to the fire certificate. The fire certificate is a publicly available document. You can go and download it now, and you can read the exact specification of every component that has gone into that fire door. So if 5 or 10 years down the line, one of my customers needs to maintain their fire door, they can access that certificate, they can access the specification, and make sure that they're using a compatible component. The reason why it's so important that they use that compatible component is that the minute that they step outside of that and use something that's incompatible, the product is no longer certificated and we can no longer pass on those guarantees that it's going to perform. So inspection and maintenance is often really overlooked, but it forms an absolutely critical part of the fire door kind of circle of responsibility. And part of that traceability that we put on the product at the manufacturing end is also that people, as I say, sometimes years later, are able to maintain and make sure that our products are kept up to the standard so that it's going to work when they're needed.